My dear family, ever since the sin of Adam and Eve, a dark cloud covered the earth. The cloud of death, the sin of disobedience, darkened the brightness of God. Out of their own free will, Adam and Eve hid themselves from God and wished to not be seen anymore, hiding themselves behind leaves. They hid themselves from the light of God. Through sin, Adam and Eve chose darkness. God, in His loving mercy, respected their choice to the point of letting Adam blame Eve and God. Adam blamed Eve for giving him the fruit of the tree. Not only that, but then Adam goes on to blame God for creating Eve. He says, "It was the woman you gave me that gave me the fruit." Since that moment, since the sin of Adam and Eve, it is now difficult for humanity to see the fault of our own sin, to take responsibility for our own actions. We prefer to blame God for the misfortunes of our lives, or maybe others for the actions we make. But at the end of the day, we never blame ourselves. However, God still wanted us to experience the warmth of His light, the light of His truth. Even in the midst of our own darkness, the warmth of His radiance is felt in the midst of sin. So, in order to experience that more vividly, He sent His only begotten Son to let us know that His light is still among us. He has not abandoned us. In fact, we have abandoned Him. He wanted to shine the light of hope in the midst of the darkness of despair. He brought the good news to humanity and made His light more visible to the point of taking human flesh. That is what we celebrated in Christmas. And then today we celebrate those who seek and find that newborn light. During Christmas, we celebrated the light of hope being born, being made visible, taking flesh, becoming one of us. And in the Epiphany, today's feast, we celebrate the feast of that light guiding us, that light giving us its source. The light, the star is no longer just shining in the sky, but now it is amongst us, guiding us and revealing itself to us, showing us the mystery of God. This light was revealed to everyone, was revealed to all, was revealed to the Jews, to the poor, to the Gentiles, to the Magi. The warmth of His love was made manifest to all nations, even after we chose to hide from it. He reveals Himself to a believer. He reveals Himself to an unbeliever, to kings, to shepherds, to governors, to homeless, to the employed, to the unemployed, to the Magi, to you. His light is now made visible to everyone. That is what the Magi represent. The Magi were unbelievers, Gentiles, non-Jewish, and they chose to let that light guide them. The bright light of His truth was made accessible to everyone. However, some decided to ignore it, others decided to reject it, and some others allowed that light to guide them. The Magi saw this light of hope shining in the midst of the dark sky. They recognized its cosmic importance, so important that they needed to set on traveling. And they let that light guide them, allowing them to see better, allowing it to bring clarity to their own journey. King Herod, on the other hand, decided to make its light blinding, too bright for the sake of his desires, too bright for what he wanted. King Herod did not want God's light to outshine his light. He did not want to be less of a king than Christ. He let himself become blind to that light, letting his pride take over his heart and wishing to extinguish that light, the light of Christ. Both the Magi and the King Herod, both received the same news of this newborn king, of this new light. One decided to prostrate themselves before the light and humble themselves, and the other one decided to persecute it and wishing to dim that light. My dear family, as we walk the path of our own life, as we journey through our own moments of darkness, let the light of Christ shine. Let the warmth of his love conquer. And once you allow it to shine light on your path, surrender to it. Do not try to outshine the source of light. Prostrate before it. Do not try to be more of a king than the king himself. Do not try to be more of a Christian than Christ. Open your gifts and talents in humility to him who is the source of all light. Offer all your riches to him. Offer the gold of your love to our Lord. Offer the frank incense of your faith to him. Offer the myrrh of your hope, the willingness to die to sin in order to rise to life. Offer your skills, your hobbies, your likes, your dislikes, your work, your family, your friends. The whole of your life should be surrendered to the King. And once you do so, do not forget. Remember what the dream said to the Magi. Do not go back through the old way. Do not go back to the same way that you came from. Do not go back to your old ways. Go another way. Go a new way. A way far from the one who wishes to darken the light. Away from the King Herod of your life. Away from him who wants to destroy us. Let the truth be revealed and unveiled in your heart. Approach the King in humility. Search for him, because the light that was made flesh among us on Christmas wants now to be found by you.